Hey guys, it's been a while since I've made one of these videos. I needed some time to recover and recuperate and all that. Um, but I feel pretty good now, so um, I didn't plan to make another video, but this morning when I woke up, there was information that was being passed on to me as I was waking up. So it was an indication that it's time to start these again. So I don't know if I'll be able to um, recreate everything that was shown to me, but I'll do my best. Um, Basically, it was about energy and how everything within us and around us is energy, and that's what the source or God is. Um, Many of us probably have, a certain image, or we expect to see something when we talk about God, but I could be wrong about this, but that's what I was shown, um, and that was that in its essence, God is just energy, just pure energy. When you strip away everything, it's just energy and light, and that was it. And that's why in the movies, whenever whenever somebody dies, they portray them surrounded by white light and just whiteness everywhere, because that's what everything is at its core. And even the physical bodies that we have, it's just it's matter, basically dense matter. But when you decompose all that, you get a fraction of what God is. And the way that I saw it is that we each have a fraction of God within us. It's like God split itself in so many pieces. That energy that we're talking about, it split itself in all these pieces in order to understand itself better. It's searching for something that was lost, long time ago, before the universe was even created. But that's a story for another topic in another day. But yeah, so that's what I woke up with. And then the other thing is that it would explain quite a bit, because for example, why does the devil, what they call the devil, why does it recruiting all those souls? Well, that's because it's looking for energy. I read somewhere a long time ago that it was given all the powers that the source has, or God has, but it doesn't have its own energy source. So in order to survive, he needs energy, and the souls, we're carriers of energy. So whenever you you are approached to sell your soul, that's what you're doing. You're transferring that energy to the dark side, and that's what basically light and darkness. There needs to be a balance between the two always, and then that's why Jesus was crucified, because humanity had accumulated too much negative energy, and that needed to be balanced out. That was actually, it was given to me a few months ago. And so the purpose of the dark side and the devil himself is to really show the way of the beings of light. What I mean by that is, if there was nobody to really do the things that he does, we would most likely lose ourselves, because yes, he's the manifestation of evil, but if there was no evil, then there would be nothing to warn us whenever we are heading to a path that is detrimental to us. So in a sense, it's a warning that we need to change something. It's kind of like those markers. What do you call them? The rails along the way. If you go off the ways, for it to remind you where the way is. So yeah, but sooner or later, the energy that was accumulated by evil will return to its source. So he'll be stripped away from all that energy whenever his time is done, whenever he has fulfilled his purpose. All of that will naturally go back to the source. And so his purpose is to really help the souls advance. You have the plus and you have the minus, or light and darkness. And whenever you bounce between the two, you start to understand yourself better, and you start to evolve. That everlasting fight between light and darkness, it's all in order for us to evolve. So so basically that's what we are. That's what everything is, all around us, even in the invisible field around us, which is, it's not thin air. There's energy particles in it that can be used for different purposes. So the other thing that I wanted to mention is about where we are living right now, and why have all those prophets said all the the things that they have said. Basically, the main, it's not really a fight, but it's the main
conflict.
Sure. That was a picture that fell, don't mind it. Uh, the other thing that I wanted to talk about is the conflict, as Tanya said, between light and darkness. And I have come to understand that that's really the opposition between spirit and matter. So the light side is spirit, and darkness is supposed to be matter. So right now we're technically in darkness or within darkness, and that transformation back to the spirit is how we get back to the light. But in this dimension where we are, there are things that you can't really learn outside of it. So that's why many souls come here to experience this dimension to gain experience. But there are these archons that they're the protectors of this dimension, and mainly for souls to get out. They do everything that they can to trap souls in this dimension. So all the lies and all the deceptions that we are witnessing, that is for us to keep us here. So how do they do that? You know, what are their methods? I don't really, I'm not an expert in that. But what I do know is that whenever we die, whenever we pass away, you know, many times they show us all the karma that we have accumulated during our lifetime. They're like, well, you have to go back to repay that karma, and that's one of the methods that they use to keep us in this loop. You don't have to go back here to repay that karma. Actually, you can get out of this dimension, but that is how their grip on things is being weakened, you know. So yeah, so right now we're going through a huge shift, and it's that awakening of the whole planet pretty much. And these times have been talked about for centuries. You know, they've been, all the prophets have talked about these times, and we're witnessing everything right now. It can be quite difficult at times, but it's really quite an adventure when you realize everything that's going on. But yeah, the main thing there was that we are just a form of energy, and that whenever we die, you know, this physical body will decompose and our essence, the spirit, will remain. And so everything around us is just a manifestation of the source. The main thing there is that light or spirit can create matter. I don't know how much I'm supposed to reveal here, but in the higher dimensions, you can create all of this that we are seeing around us. And yeah, that's pretty much all. It's not going to be a very long message, but hope that you guys enjoyed it.